How's it going, everybody? Storm Team Meteorologist Nate Harrington, along with Storm Team Meteorologist Griffin Hardy. A little web update for you guys for this morning. We are recording this at 11:15 on Monday. As we look at Storm Team radar, we're starting to see some activity, especially down to our south, but more importantly, off to our west, where severe storms thought might be going on at this point, not really materializing just yet. There, Griffin.
Not quite, because we still have clouds that are hanging overhead. It's quiet near places like Pickens County, Greene and Hale counties, southwest of Tuscaloosa. And we've got some heavy rain that's moving north up towards the Birmingham metro. It's now falling in parts of Chilton County and Shelby County near Alabaster. That little batch of heavy rain that you see there, this should be moving north. You see the heavy rain showing up in Jemison and Calera, and it's been going on in Clanton for about the past 15 minutes. This will be lifting north. It's not a good day to eat lunch outside. I think you should enjoy your lunch inside today.
Yeah, that's probably a good bet. And for the rest of the afternoon, really, there is a chance for some severe storms. We talked about that on our Facebook Live at 11 o'clock this morning, but wanted to show you guys the look as we get going here. And this is the main time that we think that if we're going to have storms form around this time and shortly after lunchtime, this is when we think that things will get cooking here. But like Griffin said, we are totally socked in with these clouds, all kinds of clouds. And this is a visible satellite view. So basically the entire state of Alabama covered up with clouds. You can see some of the more convectively active areas just south of Birmingham where we saw those storms right now. And then you look over into Mississippi, you start to see some breaks, and maybe we see some storms fire up with those breaks in the clouds, and that's what we'll look for. Breaks in the clouds equal a little bit more instability as the sun comes out and we heat things up. So if we get some peaks in the clouds later on this afternoon, we could have some storms fire up.
Yeah, and this just appears to be the main thing that we need to be watching. It's the main determinant of whether storms fire, whether they don't, is depending on how much sunshine we get. And this is I would say, the biggest thing that we're watching right now. Although I will say the dew points are certainly high enough in the mid-60s for storms to happen. You know, the atmosphere is moist enough for if storms do indeed fire, like we're seeing here. I mean, these aren't severe storms, but they're certainly producing a lot of heavy rain and some few lightning strikes. But if they are able to tap into that more unstable air on a local scale, then they could turn severe.
So what he was saying were the dew points. This is the magic number, mid-60s, 65 degrees as far as a dew point goes. That's kind of a magic number we look for. Anything up over that, the severe weather chances start to go up. Anything below that, it's more conditional on other factors. But to get some surface-based instability, some upward motion, dew points need to be in the mid and upper 60s, and we'd want to see them in the 70s for really explosive development. Right now, we don't have that, so that's at least a little bit of good news. But still, it is plenty unstable enough out there for these storms to get going. Yep. So let's talk about the actual severe risk for today. So basically, you draw a line from, say, Greensboro down through just north of Clanton into southern Randolph County, and everything north of that in central Alabama has a chance for severe storms today. The slight risk is always my least favorite one to talk about.
Yeah.
Because people, even I, sometimes don't know how to really describe it.
It's tricky.
It's basically the second level of 5 risk levels from the Storm Prediction Center. But just know, all modes of severe weather are going to be possible for this afternoon and maybe into the evening time. I'm not 100% confident of the severe storm risk this evening, just because of the loss of daytime heating. But if the area of low pressure that we're tracking tracks a little bit closer to us, then we can have the dynamics in place for those severe storms to fire up.
And I agree with you 100% about the overnight thing, because you really need the sun to be out for storms to really start popping up. Granted, we'll still have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, but you need the sun to act as some sort of trigger mechanism for the storms to actually pop up. But like you said, all modes of severe weather possible with this. It's the favorable environment for severe storms covers a large area, and that's why that risk area is so big. You know, it stretches from I-55 over in Mississippi all the way up to basically southern Virginia today. But within that risk area, if severe weather does happen, it's going to be really localized, like we saw with Blount County this morning. You know, not everybody in Blount County got hit, but those that did get hit got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, exactly right. With a tornado supposed tornado. I think we're going to find some damage consistent with a tornado most likely later on this morning and into the afternoon. So the tornado risk, basically low end, but still a risk that we want you guys to be aware of. There's a severe wind risk, 50 to 60 mile per hour winds. Really severe means 60 plus. And then the hail risk, this is not talked about as much. This is going to be conditional too on what kind of thunderstorms that we have that get going here. But quarter size hail is possible later on today in those risk areas as well. So I want to go back to the radar real quick, and we'll be able to close it on out here for our little update on CBS42.com. As you see, there are storms firing up right now south of Birmingham, moving to the north. But it's what happens, I think, to our west that we'll have to watch very closely for the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. So you guys stay with us on CBS42.com, also on our Facebook page, also on air, CBS42. If anything breaks out as far as severe weather goes, we'll break into coverage and let you know the very latest. But stay tuned to all of our social media channels as well, and stay weather aware, guys.